Guys, welcome to another CS Office Hours. This session is about QBRs, and we'll keep it interactive just like the last time that we did. First, we'll talk a little bit about QBRs, best practices being followed in your organizations, try to learn processes and other things around it. And then we will probably have breakout rooms where we discuss about QBRs in little more depth, get the best uh, practices from each other, and then we'll also create a QBR together. So what I have done today is I have created a bare bone structure of QBR template, and what we'll do as an activity together is during the breakout rooms, we'll create something together.
Hi, Ankit.
Okay.
Thank you. Uh, yeah. While you said I totally can relate to everything, this is the way we also somehow going ahead. However, it is not in Tableau. We actually go ahead and take it from our analytics dashboard.
Okay.
However, so basically in Darwinbox, we generally segregated this QBR into three parts. While the first one will be more into adoption, while you spread out data points, how actually they are behaving,
Mhm.
where we are also giving them some suggestions like if their adoption is like a way and what exactly they should improve on and what is going right. Then we have a canvas. In the second phase we have a total canvas of their uses and where they have not adopted and not in scope.
Okay.
And then the third one is industry perspective,
Hmm.
so how the industry is doing and as per the industry where they are.
Yes.
And exactly the next phase will be coming out where we will be focusing on whatever value we have delivered and what are their annual operating plan, and based on that we will go ahead and form a strategy based on the discussion.
Hello everyone. Hi, I'm Kid. Good evening.
Okay.
So basically, I'm into the company where we have a business of AI chatbots. So
Mhm.
we do NPRs and QBRs and all. But basis upon the customer segmentation, we do MBRs for the SMBs client and for enterprise also. But for certain clients, we do QBRs, and QBRs we have multiple sections like overview, adoption, and what kind of data we are getting from the chatbots, how users are behaving, and where chatbot is not working properly, what we can do to modify the user journey, all of these things. And apart from that, we give some suggestions to the client, what exactly we can do on the bot and how we can improve the automation and lead generation, all of such process. Apart from that, whatever the innovation that we are doing at our company in terms of products and in terms of feature and what is happening in the industry as a competitor, what kind of competitive analysis we can give to our customers, that is also the part of QBR. And we do in-person meeting as well for QBR. So this is how we do.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's great. And is there a template in place or like
Yes,
the
we
biggest
have a
question?
standard template. Yeah, we have a standard template, but basis upon the client segment, we do customize it basis
Custom.
upon the my understanding. Like I know this is the customer which comes under enterprise category or the SMB. So basis upon that, we customize it. How much detail should I present to the client?
I raised this question, which I'm about to ask recently in the group itself. So I
Hmm.
think most of us, whoever says that they're doing QBR, so that is fine. But what is the quality of that QBR? Is it an operational QBR or is it more towards strategic side?
If I can share about my experience, so it's a mix of everything where 30% we focus on operational, while I say adoption, it is more of a how they had used the product during the last 3 months. That is more of a operational. But next part, when you said value delivery, second one is your industry best practices, and the third one is the AOP, which is annual operating plan, or maybe the quarterly plan. Those are majorly strategic.
So basically, I'm senior customer success manager at Zscaler. So Zscaler has quite a matured CS processes.
Yes.
So try to answer the various questions raised during the time till now. So we do have standardized template. We have a separate CS operations team or CS enablement team
Mhm.
that creates those templates. They keep on revising those templates every now and then, which is really like that also help us break the monotony of the QBR itself,
Mhm.
because we have to do QBR every 90 days.
Yeah.
From this strategic, so we have basically three tiers of QBR in that sense. We have executive business reviews, we have operational business reviews,
Mhm.
then we have quarterly technical reviews as well. So quarterly technical review like works at operational level, support cases, everything. Operational business reviews happens like this is the product that you have bought, this is something you are using, this is something you can use, uh, so that kind of a thing. Where EBR is purely strategic,
Mhm.
where we start with the like we do, when comes on board, we have a success plan documented with them. So we start from that. Uh, so basically, give them like this was the success plan that we last talked about. This is the progress on that plan, and then how we can go from there.
Definitely. I think that's a very valid question. And I think it's important because a lot of time I have been to QBS. The QBS are boring, right? People create like 60 slides, 70 slides, and nobody has time to go through those slides. You are speaking at most of the times, and that becomes monotonous. So that brings us to a very important question: how to make QBS very interesting. So make sure that they are relevant for the folks and people listen to them. So I have some thoughts on this. Definitely, I will share my thoughts. But yes, I will open this to audience in case they have some key ideas for this.
Right. So, guys, I'm a bit new to QBRs, but just wanted to ask something for which I was being very much curious about. So, I just wanted to ask is like QBRs is basically within the companies that we create the reports for internal stakeholders, or do we have to present it to the outside stakeholders for that matter, clients and customers as well?
It's for the customers, Siddharth. So what we do is, let's say, customers have purchased something. Now they want to see the value, right?
Okay.
So the QBRs are basically these time zones where you actually present it to them, showcase that, hey, this is what we have done in this quarter, and this is what we plan to do in next quarter. This is the place where you would show your impact, and this is a place you would have chances to actually do some upsells, right? In case you know that there are some problems, yet they are not actually getting some approvals, their leadership would be present, your leadership would be present in during this time, and you can solve these things. That's the beauty of QBS. But a lot of people lose this opportunity because a lot of QBS are boring.
Right. It's very important to make it interactive so that the people may be listening to it
Interactive
proactively.
as well as I would say strategic, because a lot of people just try to fill in all the details. Because so I want to give an example. I see a lot of raised hand. I would let you speak, but I will give an example that happened with me. So I was doing some. So there was this customer of mine, and our company was saying, "Hey, why don't you do QBR with them?" And all the things that I prepared, they were already tracking it. And I was discussing with my POC, and he mentioned, Ankit, we are tracking this already. What's the additional value that we are bringing in? So that's the question, right? If they are tracking all those metrics already, or those metrics don't work for them, it doesn't make any sense to them, there is no point of doing QBR. So make it relevant for them. There was one thing that I used to do is I would discuss with my POC what is that thing which your leadership wants to see. What are those numbers? What are those things that they want to discuss? And then basically you prepare and present a QBR. That's how you do it.
Thank you, Siddharth. So the way this has been designed is that we have divided the customer journey into four pillars. It's not complete because we did not have the time to complete it, but I'll try to touch upon each of these pillars actually. So
Definitely.
onboarding is yeah, thank you. So onboarding is basically the first pillar where we talk to the customer about where they are in terms of their onboarding journey, whether it is provisioning, or it is access creation or user creation. Then we talk to them about their entitlements, what do they own, in terms of licenses, and how is it going to be provisioned. Third thing is we already have a document from the salespeople that has their requirements. So we basically create a success plan in advance and show them that in the requirement section. Actually, it's not known as requirement; it is known as a success plan section.
Yeah. So we came up with an idea of managing the Ola's fleet. So we have a field management software which Ola is using. What we have come up with is some of the key metrics that the software might be able to improve for Ola as an organization. Can be number of rides that they have completed, partner availability. So since it's a fleet management software, we have to map the number of riders and as well as the number of providers that we have, and how many number of ride requests that were made, and to the compared to the number of rides that were completed or executed. So that's the number of partner availability percentage. Then the total number of rides that were mapped directly with the right partner, the available partner or the nearmost partner, and simultaneously the average partner ratings. Right now, once we have the key metrics, based on that, we have also suggested some of the previous quarter recap. So previous quarter improvements and some of the tips that we have seen. So there is increased number of rides by 2x, 40% reduction in the number of rides cancellations, increase in partner rating, decrease in incidents and SOS calls. So since these are partners we are dealing with, these are some of our providers in place. So we need to ensure that the riders are safe. So there is an SOS structure as well within the management. Going to the next, some of the improvement suggestions that we had was regarding the integrating with your big data for ride recommendations. So there can be, if we have a higher information about the customers and the riders, that where these riders are usually or regularly traveling to, those kind of recommendations can come in. There can be an improvement on the app UI for user engagement and improved feedback management as well, so as to ensure the right customers, or if there is an happy customer as well, we are receiving those CSAT scores. Then there can be a monthly NPS for partners and create a loyalty program against those partners, so that we reduce in churn that we have seen here of partners, that can be improved again with the NPS and coming up with the loyalty program. Then there is a rider CSAT summary to the partners that we are sending. This summary will be sent to the partners so that they can improve upon their activities or the actions that they are doing when the riders actually getting into the cab or the taxi, and they can improve their overall user experience. One of the case studies that we have shared is we have taken a case that Uber is also using our software. So Uber used our feedback management tool to categorize those partners and increase the rides that were mapped, and also tracking those negative feedbacks so that the partners can go under the retraining program. After implementing that partner feedback management system, Uber was able to identify those partners who had low CSAT score and put them into a monthly retraining program. This had helped in improving the ride quality as well as the overall user communication with the providers. Yeah, this was that.
I think it was a well-defined QBR that too within like 15-20 minutes. Great work. Yes, Ashwara.
So Ankit, and actually I have this question for the whole team, that like how we, whenever we go about any report or a QBR, we always follow do's and don'ts. Are there any don'ts which we should stick to in order to, are there any don'ts we need to follow while presenting a QBR we should be careful about?
I think one thing that everyone should think about is the QBS should not be boring, right? Because what I have seen a lot of times is people don't practice and they take like, okay, we'll take 90 minutes. In 90 minutes, they don't have any slots where there can be discussions or there can be questions. Right, QBR is time where you discuss a lot of things. You try to find out what their strategies for the strategy is for the next QBR, next quarter, or maybe for the next year, and then you try to summarize those points. Sometimes what CSMs do is they overfill the slides, and then there is no slot for anything. What I have seen is sometimes they put a lot of things at the end of the slide, maybe the product features and whatever is coming for them at the end of the presentation, and then 90 minutes are completed, let's say on 50 to 60% of the slides, so they don't have time to cover the rest of the part. So it's important to practice, have some slots for questionnaires, for discussions, and you always should have open-ended questions right there from the beginning itself, so that you can ask them at the beginning. Because at the beginning, everyone has energy. Maybe after 60 minutes or something, they might lose out on focus and on things, and that can lead to a lot of things. Don't talk about support cases. Work sometimes, don't work sometimes. Deep, because we sometimes share about the statuses that, hey, these many tickets were open, these many tickets have been closed, but not specifically talk about the support tickets that are open, because that can lead to a different question. I can totally understand what you're saying.
My take on this would be personalization plays a big role in keeping the engagement with that customer whom we are giving the QBRs to. So we need to have that personalization touch in whatever deck that we are creating. But other than the personalization, for the customization piece, there is enablements in the AI form where we can come up with creative images or creative templates. So those kind of activities can be enabled from the AI side. But yes, the inputs that you're getting in, that has to be very much personalized with the use case or the client side.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the video. Join our India's largest customer success exclusive community for more such insightful and exclusive discussions. Link is in the description. For more such videos, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Keep smiling.